right, and here we
And
go.
the
Off to
Gotti
the
Gotti
races.
bracket for Legacy Cube.
Legacy Cube Gotti bracket
Got Mono Red Joey versus Foff Dog. Does
with
anybody know what
Okonomiyaki as a special guest.
fighting for their last shred of dignity.
they're actually
Um,
playing?
Yeah, Mono Red Joey is playing Mono Blue counter spells.
yes. Joe, I guess we don't have deck list, but Joe is on a mono blue brew.
Well,
And Foff Dog is on Esper Reanimator.
oh right, he did tell me that. Well, an auspicious start to the Mono Blue.
Oh, wait. Should we tell them that they have to change it so we can see their hands?
Oh, that would be great, but maybe we'll have to wait till game two. We'll just wait till game two.
We'll wait till game two.
Okay, well, Mono Blue off to a better start than I thought with the Rishadan port, the inauspicious start of the Rishadan port, but you know.
And a Literal Core.
I mean, Luteral Core is a great way to start. That would have gotten bolted by Shigogi here. Would have gotten bolted yesterday.
So I won't spoil anything about Joe's deck too much, but he had some very unfortunate luck against me when our game two, he had mana Mazavith in play and could not find a fourth land drop. So essentially for like the first 5 turns, he was just stuck on 2 lands with a Mazavith doing literal nothing. So gets it home.
Ooh,
it's quite risky to play that card.
I actually just recently discovered this Ophiomancer card. It is very cool.
I feel like that's been a cube staple for a while.
Yeah,
Well,
Ophiomancer.
I was trying to support it in my cube because it's obviously a really good archetype staple, and I just found it in somebody else's cube as like an archetype staple, and I had no idea it existed. Very, very cool card.
So Monterey Joe has Kira, Great Glass Spinner in play, a card that saw a ton of constructed play in Standard when it was Standard legal. So basically,
Were you even playing Standard when this was Standard legal?
No, I just know that it was very popular in Standard because I feel like one of like the videos of like, I forget which player it was, but one of the Magic players who's like notorious for cheating and has been like caught cheating many times. Like his most like bashful form of cheating like was during like a Standard Pro Tour, and I remember like this card was in play.
I know the clip you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, here's Foff Dog with perfect mana, so I wonder.
Yeah, perfect Esper. It seems like so. Joe was on the play.
What is he countering? What's going on?
So Joe was on the play.
Look at the top 4 cards.
Joe was on the play.
Joe was on the play. So worth noting, Joe has missed a land drop his last turn.
Is he doing this at Foff's end step again?
Unclear.
Yes.
Because he did this last time where he was on his. It says untap phase. It doesn't say end step, but it's alright.
We might have to.
Yeah. I would wager that this is Foff's
End step.
We might have to remind them to use the phases correctly.
I do that. I have a hard time going from main phase to combat. All the in betweens.
Fabled Passage. Okay. Well, that's his 4th land.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure why Joe revealed that Fable Passage.
Well, you know, there is a notorious aspect of Joe's game, which involves, you know,
not reading the cards.
Yeah, particularly not reading some of the cards he plays. So, you know, it's just him. It's just his style. It's just, you know, he's just showing us the true blue mono red Joey.
What's the source of his salt?
Yeah, it's the source of a lot of things in his his gameplay style, I'd say. Here we go.
Oh, opposition.
Here we go.
Very dubious of Joe to play that into 4 open mana, though Foff only has one blue.
Yeah.
Worth noting.
And
So
Joe,
Actually, he played opposition against me, and then he attacked with all of his creatures, which I think
this is probably
would
not
have
the right
helped him a
call.
lot to just give himself a little bit more space before I burned him out. I don't think he played this card correctly when he was playing against me.
Yeah, this card requires a bit of a learning curve. Is maybe one would say a little dubious of Joe to first pick it, because I feel like it takes watching a few games with this card in play to understand just how savage it is.
so what
I'm
do we think he's
hoping
tapping? Lands?
So I think what's happening here is it's upkeep, and yes, it looks like.
Okay, that's smart, I guess. You can take.
Like, okay, so Joe gets it. Joe gets how this card's played. So he's taking Foff off blue and white. But Foff, of course, has an island to play this turn, so
Okay.
no white for the time being.
Oh, that's cute. And with the Rashad import, he can really lock him down.
That's true.
I like that.
He was messing me up for a little bit, but I was able to pump some Fire Drinker.
Yeah, not a strategy I can imagine works very well against a mono red deck.
Yeah.
But if you're playing a more controlling deck, and he
Oh,
dazes a Murderous Rider, which I'm finding interesting, but also Murderous Rider should not be in the graveyard.
yeah.
And they have not done this right at all because we were unable to
let them know what's going on.
We can type in their chat.
I mean, Murderous Rider goes into the.
We can't type in the chat either.
Murderous Rider goes into the bottom of the library. If it becomes a problem,
I guess
we'll be able to. We can yell at them. Interesting.
Wait, what would have where would Murderous Rider be going?
Goes in the bottom of the library.
Bottom.
No, only when it dies.
That's true. It got countered.
Yeah, you're right. It's a die trigger.
Got countered. Not a graveyard trigger. Okay, so Joe's got. Yeah, he's got the engine, the control engine up, but he still has this Ophiomancer on the board.
Yeah, he has to deal with an Ophiomancer. He's taking 3 a turn. Yeah, the day,
And Foff does keep drawing lands and has plenty of cards in hand, so I don't.
Yeah, the problem is that Joe. I feel like the setback on Joe's mana by returning the island kind of probably hurt him a little bit. Granted, I don't know what's in his hand, but we have to remind ourselves that Joe also missed a land drop this game.
You're hoping for like a mana leak right here. Yeah. Oh, weird.
Necromancy.
I mean, getting back Murderous Rider could be worse.
I'm not gonna say that that's something to write home about.
No.
Given that I know that Foff's deck has Ulamog, Elish Norn, a plethora of
big old
monsters.
Big old baddies.
I'm not sure, and I know he has a limited amount of reanimation spells. I believe Necromancy is one of only 2. So. It's stolen by the Fae.
Okay. I kind of like this.
I like this a lot. This is gonna really mess with Foff's mana now.
Yeah, I mean, he can basically prevent him from playing it next turn, right? He just taps all 3 of his black.
Yeah. Just all your lands are tapped, Kimosabe.
That's a big yikes.
Oh, is he tapping creatures down? Oh no, Joe.
I'm sure that's the right.
Well, he could tap. Oh, you got to tap the swamps because then he just plays the Ophiomancer again.
Yeah. This is a bit loose on Mr. Monored Joe's part. 11. Sure, it's not the healthiest of life totals, but I easily would have look at this. Now he's playing a 4-drop. That. Okay. All right. I did forget that Joe had that. Pact of Negation.
Yeah, wow, this was pretty yikers.
All right, so knowing that Pact of Negation was in Mr. Skinner's hand now, again, would love to have hand
Yeah,
viewing options.
we're gonna have hands next turn because
But
we're
knowing that Pact of Negation was in Joe's hand, I actually do like the play of tapping the creatures down.
yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that.
And it seems like
He's getting a little
in
aggro.
there. He's getting in there with Akira.
Okay, okay. So we got to hit the lands. No, you're still hitting the creatures.
Yes, yes.
I mean, the rider I
Yeah.
can see making sense. The snake is not so important.
The snake isn't so important, but he also has
I
he has
feel
four
like
cards in hand. You know, he's got plenty of stuff to play and plenty of lands.
So
We will see.
fun little tidbit about Pact of Negation.
Also, is Foff reading that he's supposed to be getting a snake every upkeep?
Well,
I
no,
don't
it's
think
only if
he
you
is.
don't have a snake. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Joe playing the potato tender. So funny little tidbit about Pact of Negation. In my games against Joe, I cast an upheaval into an Emrakul a few turns later. Then this is the Promised End where I gain control of Joe's turn. And Joe
Also,
only had
Terraform is online.
it is.
For 5 mana.
Joe only had
For my mom.
3 islands in play, and I was able to control his turn, cast a Fibblethip, and then counter it with Pact of Negation,
Oh, I like that.
causing him to lose the game to his own pact. Cards could be a liability sometimes, but clearly not this time around. So
Wait, but okay, you cast the Pact of Negation, but then doesn't he untap and then?
yeah, but he only had 3 lands in play.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there you go.
So I had upheaval like a few turns prior.
Sure, right. That's the part I missed.
That's why he didn't even couldn't Pact of Negation the Emrakul to begin with.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, this is a very interesting game so far. I wish we could see the hands. Foff really is not strained for lands, but you know he does have 4 cards in hand. I'm really curious what they are. And Joe has done a good job of stemming the bleeding and starting to chip in there with the Kira, but I'm still a little worried. Like he's not. He's not. The clock is slow, and
the clock is slow.
And Foff, has 6 open mana. Like that's plenty.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not sure if Foff has an answer in his main board for opposition.
Sure.
So I'd be curious to see what gets brought in.
Do you know if he has any sweepers?
I believe he may have a Languish.
You know what? I don't think he does because I think I might have snagged that.
Okay.
Let me double check though.
I thought maybe he had a Languish, but I could be wrong. I mean, I know he has Elishnorn, which just completely decimates Mr. Skinner's board. Oh.
There we go. Hey, grab him in chat real quick.
Foff has conceded, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get them in the.
Oh, they left the game. That's good. Good news.
Okay, so
Cool. Yeah, they closed in the game. It looks like they got the message.
trying to get a little insight to what was in Fopp's hand. So we should. Okay, so Foff is telling me he simply knew he could never overcome the opposition.
Oh, and I was checking to see if I had pulled language. I'm pretty sure Yeah, I snagged the language during the draft, so definitely doesn't have. But yeah, Elishnorn. But I guess then he was also getting his white mana tapped. So
Yeah, I mean, it literally. If I was in Fobb's shoes, I don't think. I mean, it takes a lot to kind of string the whole thing out. But there could have been a scenario where Foff just does not expect Elishnorn and
right.
maybe targets tapping creatures more than lands, and it's 7 mana. That's not an obscene amount.
Yeah. All right. Well, game two. I mean, so does Foff have the capability of getting a big old fatty out on the board pretty quick?
Well, it seems like his track record for that has not been great,
Okay.
from what I'm understanding. Given that he went 0-2 against Rob, and then I think he got one game off against Stack. But let's see what happens here.
Foff
It's
dog
like
just
some sideboarding is still happening.
Yeah,
I
right.
read Joey ripping on my name over here. Pun intended.
Is it a reference to Ripley's Believe It or Not?
no, it's
No, are you serious?
aliens reference.
You all.
No, I'm busting your chops.
I know.
Okay,
I get it a lot.
so
In lots of games, people try to rip me apart there.
So
all
I
right,
guess
so Foff Dog on the play with a turn 1 Crypt Breaker,
that's
which
pretty good.
against a control deck is very, very good. If I'm the guy who has nothing but counter spells in his deck, I'm a builder on Phyrexian Arena that also is putting 2/2s into play scares me.
Yeah.
It definitely scares me.
Yeah, I mean, and Foff's gonna be able to like turn this thing on pretty much immediately.
Yeah, pitching the Elspeth is pretty good, I think. These are all things that are just going to get countered anyways.
Yeah, Joe really has no way to
counter anything anyways, but Foff has to play around that. So it's...
No, but what I was going to say was Joe really has no way in his deck to just kill a Crypt Breaker that I had seen. I mean, he gets stolen by the Fayette.
Slow it down, but it still gets...
And then counter it on the way back down, but...
I mean, he is sitting on this Oblivion Stone, but that might be a little while.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. And I feel like by the time that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if Foff is drawn.
What is this tapping?
At least 2 cards off the Crypt Breaker. So that's Foff investing, 1 to 3 mana, drawing 2 to 3 cards versus Joe investing, a sweeper and probably 8 mana when you add it all together.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see.
What did he discard? He just unexpectedly absent.
He pitched the unexpectedly absence, which, with no second white to be found, fair enough. Fair enough. I guess late game, if I had access to 6 mana, including double white, I'd rather be able to cast an Elspeth than unexpectedly absent.
I hope he doesn't develop here. It's going to be kind of a blowout if when he sees this Oblivion Stone.
I don't think he... though he could go for the Ophiomancer.
Yeah, I think this is right.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna
So did
keep
he
going on the Crypt Breaker?
Did he attack or did he not attack? Okay, he did. Okay, I wasn't sure because the zombie untapped for a second. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Foff, I'm not casting anything.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Here's my Crypt Breaker. you have to deal with it.
Yeah,
it seems like Joe is going to go for Baral here.
I mean, yeah, he's going to need...
The Chief of Compliance, which a nice little combo with the Daze in his hand. Turns that bad boy into a Force Spike. For the kids watching at home, that's 1 blue instant counter target spell unless it's controller pays 1.
Yeah, but I think until Foff hits probably like what 5 mana,
Yeah.
he's not doing anything but Crypt Breaker.
Yeah, and now Crypt Breaker card draw mode is fully online, and he even picked up a nice little Grizzlebrand discard to it.
Yeah,
So, oh, is
and
he attacking? Interesting.
yeah, it's that is odd with the Brawl that just can soak up one of the. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm perplexed by this attack. I don't think Foff should be trying to win a race here. Also, now Foff now like Joe can just attack with his dorks. I mean, granted, the looter was never getting blocked, but I don't know. And that seems odd. That seems like if I'm Mr. Foff Dog, I'm 100% just making another zombie, tapping 3 of them, drawing a card. I mean, he could have attacked with one, but I guess the Brawl just kind of negates that one attacking.
So
I feel like the early pressure is okay though.
Gifts Ungiven.
Even if
What
Brawl
what is Gifts Ungiven doing in
Oh,
in
that's bizarre. I don't know why that is in Joe's deck. I feel like that's something that
Foff wants
Foff
to
would
be
have
playing?
loved
Yeah.
for his deck.
He yeah. When
Wow,
he played against me, he gave me too much choice over what counter spells I could put in his hand, and I think that's what gave me a huge advantage. Because I knew what he was going to counter, and I knew what I could play against it.
Okay, so I think Foff. Oh wow, Joe is playing Gibson Given in the. I'm so confused where we are because Foff is still on his draw step.
Yeah, this is certainly Foff's draw step. I mean, what do you like? Does he just go get a bunch of lands here?
No, was it Foff's draw step? I think it's. I can't.
Well, I think Foff went to attacks. I think he just hasn't
Yeah.
moved. You but yeah, would it? I mean, Gifts Ungiven here. I assume he's just gonna go grab 4 lands. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
Joe, I'm just
Oh,
gonna.
but
I
with
mean,
4 different names, that might be difficult.
oh right, yes. But in a mono blue deck, I think tragically the Mishra's Factory is one of the.
I mean, he could go like Rashad Port Island.
I think he's going for Island, and Foff's going to take that away from him probably.
He's gonna. I think probably he'll go Island, Rashadinpur, Mazavith.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
right.
I don't know if Joe has a fourth land that has a different name. Again, baffled why Gibson Given is in Mr. Skinner's deck.
It's an awkward one here. I think maybe just Supreme Will would have been a better play, but
Yeah, just two. You can also keep up days still. 2 mana. Search your library for or look at the top 4. You're bound to find a land. It's funny. I feel like both players are kind of making some mistakes here.
but I think like Foff is kind of like
with Foff's attacks, I mean, look at Joe's health. It's
I know,
no
but
pressure.
I think in a different world. No, I mean, yeah, you're true. I just,
Okay.
if Joe ever finds a way to get at it, I think if Joe was hitting land drops consistently, this was not the right play on Foff's chart.
okay. This is
'Cause I think Foff should have been drawing cards.
what are these cards that Joe is
I don't know.
duplicate?
Duplicate, Opposition, Island, and I mean you gotta at least get the Rashad port here.
But I mean, like, if duplicate and opposition are the cards that he's going to get, I'm just giving him both of those
Yes.
and putting that island right in the trash
Okay,
can.
I guess sort of light and shadow. I could see where Joe's line of thought was, but still, that's not one I'm banking my Gotti finals on.
He's not getting a land here, which is not good.
I'm not betting my dignity for this draft on the cute little combo sort of light and
Wow,
shadow.
he's giving him the land.
Oh, he gave him the land. Wow.
I guess he just thinks that he can't beat opposition,
Well,
which is
you
fair.
know what?
Draw it anyway.
You know what? I think we're might be doing a bad job of being commentators here. I don't think Foff is aware that Joe was gonna miss a land drop. I mean, I think because Foff is on the play because Foff hit every one of his land drops. I don't think Joe's missed one. So I think the irony is that
Huh.
it seemed harmless to give him the island, but I don't think you know. I think if I'm in Foff's shoes, I'm not. I'm like, oh, he. Though I feel like the fact that you got an island should have been a tell, right?
Correct, right? That's what I was thinking. Like, there's a lot of information going on with gifts ungiven.
But at the end of the day, none of it really matters because Joe
Oblivion Stone's on the line.
Drew an island. Oh.
Yeah. I think this is going to get hard for Foff pretty quick.
Yes, I think this is what I was saying earlier. This is where Foff is going to regret not drawing any cards off this. I think if I'm Foff here, I'm absolutely just trying to draw 3 cards or trying to draw 2 cards.
And if you're Joe here, I think you just let this resolve, right? Like, you're just you're gonna blow it up next turn anyway. I mean, unless he wants to like.
I guess the one.
Such a bad. Okay, wait. What happened?
Oh, he's doing murder. Oh, he's killing it. I see. He's killing Baral. Oh, I think if I was interesting. Okay. I feel like if I was no, yeah, I guess Joe could have done nothing. He had 1 mana untapped.
Right. I guess there's still you can't daze it.
But actually, now that I think about it, I feel like that was a little loose on Fopp's part, given that. I mean, it seems obvious to me that the O Stone's getting cracked next turn, but maybe he doesn't know that Joe will have the 5th land to do it.
I think he's
attacking.
I think he's just trying to get really aggro. I mean, I get it. This is kind of.
And Foff doesn't even bother, or I'm surprised Joe doesn't even bother chump blocking one of those.
I think he wants to get one more loot with the loot scoot.
Okay, it's funny. I actually think the aggro plan, it's seeming like it may pay off for Foff because Joe blows it up. He taps out, blows it up. He can keep Days up, but that's not going to counter either Ophiomancer or Monastery Mentor.
That's true.
I mean, Joe has the duplicates to get rid of whichever one gets cast.
Yeah, but that's if he draws another land, which I guess he did. I guess that's why you loot.
Sure.
I think you dump this the Days or the Philip.
I feel like I'm dumping the.
No, he dumped the Philip.
Fibblethip, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. That was a tough one. I feel like you can make an argument for each one. And it seems like Joe is attempting to destroy Foff Dog as a non-land permanent.
Foff sacrifices himself.
So Joe, I still think is in some trouble here.
Yeah, because I mean,
Ophiomancer comes down and it's going to be really difficult. He's just going to.
Okay. Oh God. Ooh. Soren. Well, let's see how greedy Foff wants to get here.
I think he's going to start getting vampire tokens.
No.
Oh wow.
No, he's smart. He's smart.
He's being smart. But okay, so yeah, I think Ophiomancer was the worst thing that could have been cast for Joe.
Was it Days? Oh, Days.
Because even Joe goes to duplicate it, he still has that stupid 1/1 Death Toucher to deal with, and it's such a bad trade to have to make.
Yeah, the snakes are going to put a lot of pressure on Joe's board.
Hot take: I've never loved duplicate as a card. I just feel like it's
hot take. I don't
boring.
know what it does. What does it do? Exile target creature.
Yeah.
I think it's really expensive. I think that there are better 6-drops in colorless.
So it just exiles the creature.
It just exiles the creature, and then it gets its power and toughness. But like, more often than not, I find that you're doing what you have to do here, where okay, I have to exile the Ophiomancer, and just like, cool, now you have a 6-mana 2/2. Like, it just seems like the worst kind of ravenous Chupacabra. Okay, so let's see if he goes for the Soren. I feel like.
What did he imprint?
The
I see.
The
Ophiomancer, yeah.
Okay, so getting rid of the snake.
I mean, I don't think you play around the Days one turn, and then
No, yeah, yeah.
What so
Yeah.
what did we think about maybe instead of playing duplicant, doing something like Delver holding up Mishra's Factory, remove Soul, Supreme Will?
Yeah, I wouldn't write off the fact that Joe may be kind of forgetting about his mistress factory or not fully factoring into his decision making.
I really like that Foff knows that he's playing around a daze, or that Foff seems to be playing around the daze.
Yeah. What's this Maloku do?
It's rather
Moloch
good
is an
actually,
interesting one, yeah.
especially now that Joe has all these islands out.
That was a really good draw for Mr. Skinner. He can still now keep up both Remove Soul and Daze. And worst case scenario, activate the factory, but I feel like that's the last thing he wants to do. And it's a pretty decent blocker, 2/4.
Mm-hmm. Excellently costed.
This Moloko, I could see this card running away with the game if depending on what Foff draws.
Ooh,
Oh, I take that back.
that's a perfect answer.
I take that
I think you
back.
just have
Wow,
to, yeah.
perfect answer.
Nothing he can do about
So
this.
if I'm Mr. Skinner here,
You activate the Maloku.
I'm acting it, but 2 times. I'm just making. I'm getting 2/1/1 flyers out of it and trying to. Yeah, this is rough. Wow, that was the perfect top deck from
Ooh,
Foff
and
Dog.
do you think you
What?
chump?
He gives it to him. Interesting.
Do you think you chump the Monastery Mentor that's about
Well,
to
the
come
problem is the Monastery Mentor is now a 3/3.
Well, I know, that's why I said chump.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Well,
I'm
I mean, he
very
has to. Well,
confused.
he has to chump because otherwise he's dead.
Yeah, he has to chump. And it doesn't
Hard
seem.
trading,
It doesn't
yeah.
seem like Joe made the 1/1.
I mean, maybe he's thinking keep this Mishra Factory up. No, there he goes. There he goes.
Yeah, because that's. I guess Mises Factory would be a trade.
Well, if you've got to do both, right? Like, there's no way.
No, but what I'm saying is I could see a line where
You keep the Mishra's Factory up and you trade.
you don't activate the Moloko, so you have the 2 mana to both activate Factory
And yeah.
then tap the Factory to make it a 3/3.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, so interesting. I actually don't know if how great that was for Joe. I know I was clamoring for activating the Moloko, but
I mean, Joe isn't out of it. He can play Delver, and he has plenty of, he's got everything that he had last turn except for the Maloku still available. He can still do the Mishra's Factory. He can still Daze Supreme Will, remove Soul. I mean, that's a pretty good suite. And Delver.
Yeah, the problem here though is this mentor is just could run away. I mean, he's gonna play Sorin next turn if he hits a land.
I mean, Sorin gets Supreme Willed.
Yeah, Sorin gets Supreme Willed, but
and he still has Mishra's Factory up.
it still makes a token.
The land.
I feel like these tokens. When Joe's life total's at 3, I'm like afraid of these tokens.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna play Sorin to get the prowess triggers,
Yeah.
which is gonna put a lot of pressure on Joe. Doesn't matter.
So Mr. Skinner Supreme Wells, he could still keep up the factory to block.
Yeah.
I wonder if
You got it.
Joe,
Well, yeah.
I wonder if Foff will see that. I'm looking at a standpoint of inevitability where I feel like
because these monks also have prowess.
the monks have prowess too, and I know Foff has more non-creature spells in his deck, and whether or not they get countered.
I hope he doesn't attack with the monastery. That'd be really sad.
Do you think?
Yeah, let's see what he does here.
Are you taking?
It may not matter because he can wipe the board pretty much. I don't know.
He's attacking with the mentor. Wow.
Well, I mean, because
mistake.
okay, he trades the mentor with the factory.
With the factory, yeah.
But he still then has to either go to 1 or.
God, if I'm Joe here, I think
Are you going to 1?
I think I go to 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not playing against red. I'd rather just have the extra body. I'm very surprised by Foff attacking with the Mentor. I feel like the Mentor was like...
What does Recruiter of the Guard do again? Just about...
I think some of...
I mean,
Foff's
he
targets
thinks...
are-
He thinks. I think maybe
What's
he
going on
thinks
with
if he
these
can get the
card
recruiter,
trades?
if he gets the recruiter down, he's getting the mentor back. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
No, Recruit the Guard doesn't...
Oh, it's just
Recruiter
search your
gets-
library.
yeah,
Search your library.
gets
Search
out
your
of the
library. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Which is just going to get date.
I pulled it. I pulled a Joe right there.
So what's going on here? This Mentor is still...
He's just thinking whether he double blocks. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's
I don't like that one bit.
I think you just block with the illusion and try to get a 3/2 flyer.
Yeah, what is
for
he
the next
playing
turn.
at?
He has no board state now.
Yeah, that double block was baffling.
He has because he still has the Murderous Rider too. Like, you're not winning. Oh, okay.
I mean, Joe can cast that next turn.
But he doesn't have enough
doesn't-
time. He just doesn't have enough, like...
Well, I could see... Okay, so...
A reasonable sideboard card, though. I'm pretty sure that's what he did with this.
So I see some desperation in Foff wanting to close the game out with that attack. So I can definitely see him, like, casting something else here.
I feel like it's Recruiter, Murderous Rider. Yeah, Murderous Rider. Oh, okay, Blood.
Oh, God, wow, okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, yeah. Bye-bye, Birdie.
I think you just... Oh, he's... Huh.
Wait. he
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
have it? Oh,
Yeah, because
always
he's
does
going
it,
to play
yeah.
all this stuff, yeah.
I mean, the problem with all this stuff is he still has 2 more creatures
Right, and
that
now
he's
he
not...
can't
He's not going to be able
counter.
to count... Yeah.
Foff's excellent turn next turn, so...
I mean, if Foff draws a land, that would be incredible.
Yeah, that'd be pretty huge. And you know you're in a good spot when a land would be a good draw. Like,
Yeah, not quite.
ooh, it's definitely not up there, given that he only has 1 plains in hand.
But he
Yeah,
could go...
so
I
it's
think you go
correct.
Recruiter, and he has to have something... Oh.
Well, the thing is, Joe has the potato tender, which I mean, I think he just only has to pay 1 blue mana to make that a 5/5. So
For some reason, I thought Recruiter was a 2-drop. I thought that was a confusing play. Makes sense now.
Joe is in a commanding position right now. I am suspecting because he has potato tender.
Disgusting. The Terramander is gonna.
It's let
Do a
me
lot of
see.
work.
It's well, actually, he doesn't really have that many instants or sorceries in his graveyard,
Doesn't?
but I think he has
He has
enough.
Yeah.
Does he?
He can activate it based on 6 land.
Well, does he have enough to activate it and also keep up remove soul?
Yes.
He only has
For sure.
3...
Because he can use Remove Soul and then add to his graveyard, and then it's
Yeah,
better.
right. But what if Foff attacks first with the
I mean,
murder?
he only needs. He has. Oh, he
He only has 3. So it still
If
costs...
he-
It still
if
costs
If he has
5.
3, he still has enough to.
Yeah. He's doing fine.
Yeah. And oof, Foff having some rough top decks here. Yeah, I think if I'm Joe, I'm countering this 100%. Yeah.
Right, so then...
Now listen, Foff. I know we're throwing the advantage bar to Joe right now, but Foff is also
The advantage bar. Oh.
Foff is at 17 and kind of has nothing but time here, and Joe is like slowly running out of cards.
I mean...
Yeah, but Joe's about to be swinging for 5. He's putting.
Well, he's not going to
He
be...
cannot swing for 5. He is at 2
you're right.
life.
Yeah.
He needs something to lock this Murderous Rider down.
But now he can swing for 5.
That's...
I probably wouldn't though.
No, that's going to be what he can start attacking with.
Yes,
But
exactly.
this Daze is looking really silly in his hand. But, I mean, I don't imagine Foff is not going to keep playing around it because he's been playing around it the entire time.
Yes, if you're right. Like, he hits 7 mana, I don't think he's going to play as Elish Norn. Like, if
He
he's
can't
going
play
to
as Elish Norn unless he gets a white untapped.
No, I know, but we're just talking about the days. That's insane.
Sure.
So, Foff is attacking with the Kira, and man, Kira, such a house because it protects the potato tender from a removal spell. Which is pretty savage. Because I think if I'm playing here, like, my fear is, okay, I'm going to start
what a
attacking.
good draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Venser is going to make it really, really hard for Foff to get anything going.
Yeah, Mr. Skinner, he is earning his dignity here, not being in the Gotti position. And sadly, this may just be another setback in trying to convince Foff to draft with us more.
I mean, I think it also
I believe he's about to go a clean 0-6 sweep if he doesn't win this one.
I wonder what Foff's pack one pick one was.
I'm not sure, but let's see what Wretched Confluence does. So choose 3. Oh my God! Wow. Okay, so Foff actually. Oh well, Joe has Pact Negation, but Wretched Confluence could kill Joe if Joe didn't have a way to counter it. Because he could make Joe draw 3 and lose 3.
I wonder if there's a world where he's Wretched Confluencing on Joe's turn, making him tap. Yeah, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess he's doing.
Yeah, he's going for it.
He's doing this and hoping that he can Elish Norn next turn. I mean, Elish Norn would make Murderous Rider a real thing.
A thick boy.
And get rid of Kira.
Get rid of Kira. The thing is that Foff still has enough mana to Venser the Elish Norn.
That's right.
After paying for the Pact of Negation. The question is, does Foff know how, or does Joe know how Venser works in terms of bouncing a spell? Yeah, save it.
Right now?
No.
There's the turkey.
Mm-hmm. Hangerback Walker.
No.
Well, he ain't no hangerbacker, I'll tell you that much. And it looks like he's going for a 3/3 Hangerback Walker.
Which has to get Vensered.
Yeah, I wonder though. If I'm Joe, I'm like holding on to dear life, but behind the Spencer. So I feel like
I guess that just puts it back in his hand, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not a permanent answer. If I'm Joe, I think my line of victory I'm trying to see now is, okay, how do I set up a scenario where I could eventually just clock him with the potato tender and not die? So I don't know. I don't know.
I guess Venser is just.
He's going for it. He's gonna Vence it. He is gonna Vence it.
So
I guess
maybe he's thinking like turn it into a 2-turn clock and Kira and. It has a lifelink.
The problem is the lifelink on Murderous Rider kind of messes with that.
Yeah.
Rashad and Port kind of ironically. Wait, what is?
Oh, he's paying for the Pact.
Oh, right, he's paying for the Pact. The Rashad and Port
is making the Elish Norn difficult.
Makes it even harder to cast.
I mean, impossible if he does it correctly and taps a planes.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is if he's still trying to play around days, let's say he hits another white source.
He is. I mean, he seems like he's been accurately assuming.
Well, okay,
that.
You got to hit something here, yep, and then.
All right, let's see if Joe's smart enough to go for the white source. Okay, he is. He is.
And then
and he hits a land. And
I think you run that hanger back.
Recast the hanger back walker here. He'll take another 2 from the Kira, going to 7, which puts him in lethal range from the Flyers. I think Foff's way around it could be next turn doing a desperation attack with the Murderous Rider just to gain 2 life. But, as it stands, Hanger Back Walker, amazing card, makes a ton of Flyers.
Augur of Bolus? Augur of Bolus is looking really good right now.
Yeah, all this mana. Let's see if the Augur doesn't betray Mr. Skinner. Worth noting, Mr. Skinner only has 9 cards in his deck. Pretty fascinating.
I mean, Augur of Bolus, I think, gives him... I mean, depending on what he draws, I guess it's a 2-turn clock whether you attack with the...
Oh, man.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, I think that just sows it.
Stolen by the Fae locks it right up, my friends watching at home.
Yeah,
and
that's...
It is just Mr. Skinner's game to lose at this point.
Yeah, even Joe...
Oh, interesting. He goes for the Murderous Rider. Well, I guess the Kira counters the... So that's actually a smart play. The Kira will counter the Swift end. Joe's going to smash for 7 in the air here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-turn clock no matter what.
That's going to tie it right up.
Okay, well, so hold on. Hold on.
What are you saying?
What
line?
If Foff draws a land, he can Elish Norn.
Yeah,
no?
But if Foff... No, not if Joe can still Rashad Import. Joe's just going to Rashad Import. I don't see how he does it. He did it the last turn.
Well, he's got 8 lands right now. So if Foff draws a land...
Right, but he Rashad Imports the Plains. So then the days... Like, let's say Foff draws a Plains here.
Then he has 8 mana.
Well, it doesn't matter. He didn't draw the Plains.
He drew the Underground Sea. Oh, he didn't draw the Plains. Oh, you're right.
Do anything, yeah.
You can't play that.
Yes.
He's probably conceding.
This is just showing him what's in his hand.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because a 2/2 Terramander still, or 3/3 Terramander still gets in, Oh, but I guess you swing with the Hangerback Walker and you say you have to block. No, and then he win. It was, you know what? That was a lot closer than we think, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if he draws a white source, right, he has 8 mana. He can pay for the days.
You're right.
He wipes the board, and then he has a lethal attacker. That was really close.
Oh, well. Good game, guys.
Good